yoga class. We'll begin with stretching and water break. This will be a seated yoga class. So we'll remain sitting on the mat, okay? That will be the format of today's class. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll meet you on your mat. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little slight adjustment because I want to make sure that you can. Okay, super, super, super. All right, that's what we're going for. All right, so we're going to begin by stretching. So sit in any position that's comfortable for your body right now to be on the mat sitting. From here, relax your arms on your legs with your palms facing up. Now guide awareness to the heart. On your inhale, you're going to lift the heart up, let your belly sink in and receive length in the spine. Allow the arms to flow outward and upward. Fingertips point towards the sky. On the exhale, we're going to release the arms down. All right, so let's do that again. On the inhale, lift your arms. Keep lifting your arms up. Keep going. I'm just going to add others into class. And then once your arms are lifted all the way overhead, on the exhale, release the arms back down. Our fingertips point towards the mat. Next breath, let's do that again. Lift and lengthen the spine as the arms rise. This time on the exhale, twist the body to the right slowly. Slowly turn. Welcome, welcome. We're twisting to the right, releasing the arms downward, and we're guiding our chin towards the right shoulder for a full spinal twist. Notice how the navel is guiding your heart up. And then once your tips point towards the sky, begin to release the twist. Okay, let me make sure everybody can hear me. I'm going to make sure everybody can hear me. So I'm going to just make any necessary adjustments. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs. Yes. Okay, super. Now let's do that again. We're going to twist opposite side, guide the arms outward, and fingertips flow towards the sky. On the exhale, we're going to twist now to the left, releasing the arms downward. The chin flows towards the left shoulder. Notice how the heart remains lifted and the navel flows inward. Chin is guiding towards the wall behind. The low jaw is relaxed. On your inhale breath, guide the arms to flow upward. Fingertips rise towards the sky, and we begin to untwist as we exhale. With the spine neutral, release the arms to shoulder level. Have your palms face up. We're going to guide the arms forward. Right arm rises and begin to bend the elbows. Give yourself a loving hug. Get your fingers all the way towards your shoulder blades. See if you can touch. Good. And you can move your fingers around for a nice back massage. Right. Just pressing, releasing the fingertips along the back. Take a breath, release the hands, guide the arms to extend, back to straighten, back to the parallel position. And now we'll allow the arms to release as the knees rise. Uncross the legs if they were crossed. Extend the feet forward. Place your hands behind you. And we're going to point the toes. Point the toes away from the body. And then flex the feet towards the body. Good. Breathe into it as you point and flex the feet. Very nice. And from here, we'll guide the knees to bend. Soles of the feet, openness in the hips. Very good. Excellent stretching. From here, we're going to guide the right knee to rise. Extend at a diagonal. Guide the arms overhead. On the exhale, rotate your body towards that straight leg and release slowly. Guiding the navel inward, keeping your arms straight and allowing the navel to flow in. And we're just getting a nice stretch in the legs, hamstrings, quadriceps, even the calf muscle. Encourage that foot to be flexing. And then on the inhale, we're going to rise up. Let's breathe. Lift the heart, lift the arms. Palms face each other. And receive more length in your spine by lifting heart, and then untwist to the neutral spine, guiding the right knee to bend. Next breath, left leg extends at the diagonal. Excellent flow. We're flexing that left foot. Breathe. Rotate the upper body towards the straight leg and release on the exhale. Arms remain parallel. Chin flows towards the collarbone and the navel flows in towards the spine. All right, so we're getting a nice stretch, engaging the muscles in the back, opening the hips, and stretching legs all at the same time. So many benefits in this side angle stretch. The next breath allows us to flow upward. Focus on the heart rising and the arms rising. Yes, keep lifting your heart up as the fingertips flow towards the sky, and then we untwist, returning back to the neutral spine position, lowering the arms forward to shoulder level. Flex the hands up, circle them out, make circles. Good. Wiggle those fingers. Keep breathing. Yes. Now we're going to circle the hands inward. The ligaments and tendons in the wrists, hands, and fingers. Allow the hands to be still. Squeeze, make tight fists, and then expand. Really see how wide you can spread your hands. Spread those fingers. Next breath, squeeze. Fingers in, squeeze. Exhale, release. We'll guide the arms to extend outward with a lifted heart. Exhale, breath, release the arms all the way down. And we'll use that left hand to guide the left knee to bend if you're able. So if you're able, go ahead, bend that knee. We're going to connect with the easy pose, which is cross-legged. So just cross your legs if you can. If you can't, you can keep a leg straight. So do what feels best for you right now. We're going to bend the elbows, have the palms touch. Lift the elbows up to about shoulder level and actively press your palms together. Press and then release. Good. Breathe, press, and then release. Awesome flow. Allow your thumbs to rest on your sternum and relax your elbows downward. Relax your low jaw so your teeth are not touching. So you don't want your teeth touching. You want your tongue to rest in the low jaw, and we're just going to gaze down towards the tip of the nose and follow the flow of the breath. In through the nose with the lifted heart, and on the exhale, the body softens and relaxes. This will be a time, if we choose, that where we can set an intention or a dedication for today's practice, or we can simply just connect with our heart energy, noting the rise and fall of the chest, connecting with our current heart rhythm. Let your breath be full and deep. On your next inhale, begin to blink the eyes open a little wider in a forward fold stretch. So we'll take a breath and we're going to lift the knees up, uncross the ankles if they were crossing, and we're going to extend the right leg forward. Left knee splays down so the sole of the foot is touching the inner thigh. The next breath guides the arms to rise and press your palms together as you lift the arms, lift the heart, and we're going to guide our fingertips to flow towards the sky. The front foot is flexing. On the exhale breath, guide the heart forward in a diving motion, release the palms, guide your navel inward, and as you release towards the straight leg, the arms are parallel, and your body will tell you how low you can flow into this forward fold stretch with a bended knee. Guide your chin towards your collarbone. Encourage your navel to flow towards your spine, right? And just breathe into this wonderful stretch as you elongate your spine. With that right foot flexing, we're activating the muscles in the legs, promoting toning and strengthening of the leg muscles. From here, we'll take a breath, and we're going to begin to lift the heart up. The body rises and the arms rise also. Let your elbows remain straight. Your palms remain facing each other. Keep lifting up your heart. Nice and fluid. The fingertips flow towards the sky. On the exhale, release the arms down at a controlled pace with a lifted heart and a hollow belly. As the hands lower, guide your fingertips to connect with your mat, and then left elbow bends. Use the left hand to support the bending knee. We're going arms overhead. On the exhale, let's guide the heart forward. Also, actively guiding the navel inward, keeping the front foot flexing. Remember, be gentle with your body. Don't strain. Your body will let you know how low it can release towards the straight leg. We're going to allow our chin to flow towards our collarbone. And the next breath allows the arms to extend outward, the palms face down. Allow the arms to flow to the wall behind us. Begin to bend your elbows. And if you can, see if the fingertips can perhaps meet. If they can't, it's okay. If they can, see if you can interlace your fingers. See how that feels. So this is a wonderful way to engage the tendons and ligaments in the shoulders, elbows, and wrists in this forward fold with a bended knee. From here, we'll take a breath. If you're holding your hands behind you, go ahead, release them. We'll guide the arms outward, the elbows flow to straighten, and the breath guides the arms to flow forward, returning to the parallel position over the straight leg. The next breath allows the bending knee to flow to straighten. So breathe, extend the bending leg forward. Keep flexing both feet as you guide your navel inward. And just find peace within this forward fold. See how much air you can guide into your lungs as you're breathing. On your exhale breath, be sure to guide the navel inward. From here, we'll take a breath and we're going to begin to rise up slowly, focusing on the heart rising, lifting up one vertebrae at a time. Keep the feet flexing. The arms will lift up. Yes. Excellent flow. As foot position. Next breath, bend. Lift your heart, bend that right knee. Awesome flow. Placing the sole of the foot on the mat, then lifting the heart up a little more, keeping that left foot flexing. Notice the heart rhythm as you breathe. On the exhale breath, we're going to guide the heart forward, releasing towards the straight leg and keeping the elbows straight. Go ahead, squeeze those elbows straight. Keep your fingers straight. What a wonderful flow. We're taking great care of our bodies in this forward fold with a bended knee. Taking long cleansing breaths. Guiding the chin towards the collarbone, allowing the neck to be relaxed. The next breath allows us to extend the arms outward, palms face down, and the arms will flow to the wall behind us. The elbows begin to bend. Perhaps you might have the fingers touching. Perhaps your fingers are just pointing in the same direction but not touching. Or perhaps you're clasping your hand behind your back. All right? And we're gently guiding our chin towards the collarbone. So we want to be very gentle with the body during our yoga practice. The next breath allows us to, if we're holding the hands, go ahead, release the hands outward. Everybody extend the arms out. Allow your elbows to flow to straighten, palms face down. And the breath will guide the arms to flow towards the front of the room, back to the parallel position. Awesome flow. Wonderful forward fold with a bended knee. From here, we'll take a breath and we're going to begin to lift the body. Both feet will be flexing and we're lifting the heart up. What a wonderful flow. On the exhale breath, guide your knees to bend. Pull your belly in, bend those knees, guide your navel inward. Wonderful. Release the arms all the way down. Keep lifting your heart up and you're going to guide your fingertips onto the mat. From here, left foot rises and crosses. The breath guides us to release the knees down and we'll be in the easy pose, cross-legged position. From here, we can focus on the leg that's in front. So is that going to, whatever leg's in front, go ahead and pick that leg up. Use your hands to support the leg that's in front. I'll be your mirror. Yes. So we'll mirror each other and we'll rock the leg from side to side, encouraging more openness in the hips, encouraging hip mobility. All right? Because as we get older, we need to maintain healthy hip mobility. Awesome flow. From here, we'll take a breath. Let the body be still. Guide the foot forward and use your hands to support your heel. Perhaps you'll capture the heel. If you can't hold the heel, just hold the leg anywhere, even if you're holding the calf, the low leg, or the heel. Do what feels best for you. On the inhale, we're going to guide the foot to rise up. So let's lift that foot and lift our heart right up. Awesome flow. So this is just a wonderful way to tone up our leg muscles as we also strengthen the arms and shoulders. From here, we'll guide the straight leg to flow back to bending. Guide your knee to splay out at a diagonal. And now the opposite leg will be in front. We're back in cross-legged. Lift your heart up. Excellent. And guide that forward. Now the leg in the front will rise. You can use your hands to assist the leg in rising. All right, and then we'll slowly rock from side to side. And this also strengthens the arms and shoulders as we give the leg a loving hug, encouraging hip mobility, rocking from side to side. The next breath allows the body to be still, and we're going to guide our hands to, if we can, capture the heel. If you can't, hold your calf underneath or the low leg. Capture what you can, being gentle with the body. On the inhale, the foot rises and the heart rises. Excellent extension. This is very good for the hamstrings, quadriceps, even the calf muscles, and the weight of the leg is strengthening the arms and shoulders. What a wonderful flow. The next breath guides the straight leg to flow back to bending. Bend it at a diagonal. And now the left leg will be in front. With the left leg in front, the breath will guide both knees to rise. Awesome flow. Uncross the ankles and let's turn our body to the right. So we have the body facing the right, knees bending. We're going to flow to a boat sequence. All right? So one variation is you can have your hands behind your back for support, or you can hug the thighs. All right? So even if your hands are on the mat, you can either have the feet lifting, or if that's too intense, just keep your toes on the mat. From here, we'll take a breath, and we're going to guide that left foot to rise up as we breathe. Lift the. Then on your exhale breath, release that foot all the way back down. Very good control. Opposite foot rises, breathe. Opposite foot rises, and lift your heart up as you're lifting that foot. Excellent flow. Good stretching. On the exhale, release the foot all the way back down. From here, we'll take a breath. We'll guide the left arm to straighten. See if you can do that. If it's too intense, just keep your hands on the mat. If you want more, extend the opposite arm. So the arms will be parallel, palms face each other. We have a lifted heart. And this is how we engage our pelvic floor. This is very good for strengthening the muscles that help us with, the bladder control, okay? Very good for the body. From here, we'll guide the left foot to rise up, and it's okay if you use your left hand to support the leg lifting, that's fine. The next breath guides the opposite foot to rise up, and it's okay if you give the leg some support. If you want to go a little deeper in this posture, You can. See if you can capture your big toe with your pointer, middle finger, and thumb. Just wrapping those 3 fingers around your big toe. See how it feels. If it's too intense, then don't do it. But if you're able to smile, then just keep it there. The next breath, opposite pointer, middle finger, thumb, embraces, wraps around that big toe. This is called the yogi toe lock. When you use those 3 fingers, keep lifting your heart up. Keep encouraging your legs to be straight. And this is called a full boat pose, all right? So good for the body. So let's breathe into this posture as we're strengthening the ligaments in the legs, shoulders, and also the muscles of the back. From here, we're going to take another cleansing breath. If you're holding your big toes or ankles, release. All right, you're guiding your navel inward. Squeeze those glute muscles, the arms lower so that from fingertips to shoulders create a diagonal line, and squeeze those glute muscles. Guide your navel inward. And this is called the half boat position. Another wonderful posture to strengthen the abdominal wall, and it engages the core muscle group in this half boat pose. What a wonderful way for us to take care of our bodies. On the inhale breath, we begin to lift the heart, lift the legs, and we can return back to the full boat position. Support the legs if you need to. So do what feels right, and it's perfectly fine if you have your hands back here. So we're flowing to take care of the body, be gentle with the body in this boat sequence. On the exhale, release back to the half boat position. Go at your own pace. Inhale, rise back up to the full boat. Exhale, release back to half boat. When you're ready, we're going to bend both knees, use the arms to embrace the thighs, and give those legs a nice loving hug. Let's take another cleansing breath. As we exhale, release the legs and allow the soles of the feet to connect with the mat. With the soles of the feet connecting with the mat, we'll take a breath and guide the knees to flow towards the front of the room. The legs will be stacked. Yeah, so we have the legs stacking. We're going to lift the top leg and see if you're able to have your toes point towards the front of the room. If that's a little too intense, just place your foot close to your left calf muscle, okay? So you got level 1, level 2. We're going to be a little askew. Notice how the body's a little hard up. Yes. Connect those sit bones with your mat with a lifted heart. Awesome flow. Next breath, let's guide that right foot to rotate so you can place the blade of the foot. The area where your pinky toe is on the mat or floor, and the sole of the foot is no longer on the mat. All right? You can stay here, or if you want a little more, use your left hand to capture that left foot, lift it, and gently guide the foot back towards your left hip. And you can adjust yourself so that your knees are flowing to a stacked position without straining. From here, use again pointer, middle finger, and thumb, 3 fingers, to capture your big toes. So hold your big toes, and then on your inhale, lift the heart as you straighten the elbows. Guiding the navel inward, the low jaw is relaxed. What an awesome flow. This is how we strengthen the ligaments in the hips. Very good for the hip flexors. From here, we'll take another full breath. And as we exhale, we're going to release where we're holding the big toes. If we're holding them, use the right hand to support the right bending knee. Left hand supports the foot. Breathe. Guide the leg to rise, uncross, return back to the stacked position. Next breath guides the knees to flow upward and then towards the front of the room. Now we'll focus on lifting the top leg. Breathe, lift the top leg. Place the foot either on the outside of the thigh or close to the calf. All right, so once you find the level that feels best for you, right palm is on the mat to guide that left foot. The sole of the foot lifts and we connect with the blade of the foot on the mat. So we have the area where the pinky toe is on the mat, the sole of the foot not on the mat. From here, we can lift that back arm. So just use your right hand to capture the front foot and just lift it and guide it to flow back. Sometimes I lift my glutes up and that helps me guide the knee forward, okay? So do what feels right for you without straining. Encouraging the knees to be stacked, pointing forward without straining. If that's too intense, you can have the leg a little out to the side, okay? So pick your level. You should be able to smile when you're doing yoga. So your face should be relaxed and softened. Now, we'll use pointer, middle finger, and thumb to capture the big toes, straightening elbows, lifting the heart. Notice how the low jaw is relaxed. Notice how that navel is just flowing inward. Just connect with how the lower abdominal wall is engaging. All right, notice the rise and fall of your chest. Just bring awareness to the different body parts and receive peace within this pose. Breathe into it. Awesome flow. Next breath, if you're holding your big toes, let's go ahead and release. We'll use the left hand to support the top knee. Opposite hand supports the foot. Breathe and lift so we can uncross the leg. Awesome flow. From here, we will guide the legs to be crossed. If able, we'll return to the cross-legged. I'm going to go get my water back, and if you'd like to challenge yourself, you could try to stand up without using your hands, all right? So I'll meet you back on your mat. Alrighty. So yes, hydrating is very important. And it's important when we're doing our fitness to hydrate before fitness. So you should really do that beforehand as well. And during practice as needed. I'm just going to check the comments and see if anybody has dropped any questions or comments in that I could address. Okay, very good, very good. Yes, yes, yes. All right, good stuff. So I'm reading. Okay, super. So yes, we're going to hydrate. Oh, and this is a great time for those joining for the first time. My name is Candace, Gentle Yoga for Everyone. Please do, if you're enjoying class, consider hitting the subscribe button. That helps promote the channel so I can bring more yoga to everyone, okay? Awesome. So we will resume seated. As I stated earlier, this whole class is going to be a seated yoga flow. So I'll meet you back on your mat. And from here, we'll be seated and let's resume in cobbler pose. The soles don't have to be perfectly touching. It's okay if the feet are splaying out a bit. Be sure to adjust your sit bones. What I do is I lift my glutes off of the mat. I allow my knees to rock from side to side, and then I guide my sit bones directly on the mat. Now, allow the arms to rest on your legs and be mindful to lift your heart up. Very good. Next breath, we're going to guide the arms outward. We're lifting our hearts up. And our fingertips are going to flow towards the sky. The next breath allows the right arm to release and go slowly. See how slowly you can lower your right arm as you keep your heart lifted and keep guiding the navel inward. As the right arm lowers, the fingers will point down and we're going to bend the elbow. We're going to guide the knuckles towards the low back. Reach up with your left hand, lengthen the spine, and let your hand slide up your back, okay? So see how that feels, all right? And then we'll rotate the left arm in and guide that left elbow to bend. You can either, for level 1, just have that arm over the head, or if you want more, place your arm behind your head, okay? So we have variations. I'm going to turn around. So you're either having the fingertips touching, or you might be holding your shirt, all right? That's another option. Or you might be clasping your hands, all right? So be mindful to just keep your spine long and straight, your neck is straight, so don't have the body slouching or askew, okay? You want the spine nice and straight and long, okay? And as we exhale, release if you're holding your hands, release if you're holding your shirt. The right hand begins to lower, and the right hand and the left hand rises. So all 10 fingers are going to float up towards the sky. Be sure to lift your heart up. And on the exhale, allow the arms to release all the way down. Awesome flow. All right, so the arms are going to release all the way down, and we're keeping the heart lifted. Allow your arms to rest on the legs, and the next breath, we're still in cobbler pose. If able, guide the arms to rise up. Lift the heart, lift your arms, breathe deep, fingertips flow towards the sky. And on the exhale, now the left arm begins to lower. As the left arm is lowering, we're still lifting the heart up. We're guiding the left fingertips to point down, and ultimately the left elbow bends, guiding the knuckles towards the low back, and again, choosing the hand placement that works best for you, all right? So either hold your shirt behind you or the fingertips flow upward. Next breath, use your right hand to reach up towards the sky. Lift your heart up. Breathe on the exhale. The right elbow bends. You can either release the arm over the head, or if you want to go deeper, the arm bends behind the head. And you're either clasping your hands behind you, or holding your shirt, or maybe your fingertips are just flowing in the same direction. Most importantly, we keep the heart lifted, we keep the belly hollow, all right? So this is just a great way to invite openness and flexibility into the joints of the hips and shoulders. The next breath allows us to release if we're holding our hands or shirt, and the fingertips rise towards the sky. Palms are facing each other. Guide them closer so the fingertips touch, and the breath allows the elbows to bend. Lift your heart as your elbows are bending. All right, as the elbows bend, press your palms together. Keep lifting the heart, keep guiding the navel inward. The thumbs rest on the sternum with relaxed shoulders. The next breath allows the knees to rise up. And now allow your body to lie on your mat. So we're going to lie down. The left arm is extended. Legs are straight. Let's bend that left elbow. Use your left hand to support your head, to cradle your head. The hips are stacked. The legs are straight. The next breath allows the top knee to bend. That should be the right knee bending. We're going to place the toe on the inner thigh. Flex that left foot. So the left foot is in the flexing. Yes, you're going to use your hand to touch your knee. Very good. As you touch your knee, squeeze those glute muscles and encourage that knee to flow back a bit. Next breath guides the bending knee to flow towards the body, keeping the leg behind the arm. So the leg is flowing towards the shoulder. Next breath, guides the bending leg to begin to straighten, and we're guiding the right foot up towards the sky. Yes. We're flexing both feet. Now, guide that right arm to rise up and see what you can capture. Maybe the big toe, you can do your yogi toe lock again, pointer, middle finger, and thumb, or you can have your hand resting on your leg, knee, whatever feels best for you at this moment in time. And we're just encouraging the glutes to be activated. What a wonderful way to open hips as we are toning our leg muscles. Let's take a full breath. And as we exhale, if you're holding your big toe, release. If you're holding your leg, release. Keep squeezing the kneecaps, keep flexing the feet, and see how slowly you can lower that right leg all the way down, breathing and connecting with heart rhythm. Ultimately, your legs will touch. When they do, we'll guide the top knee to bend, and we're going to touch the bending knee. The foot that's on the floor right now is still flexing. The next breath guides the bending knee to flow towards the shoulder, and the breath guides the foot to rise. The foot is flexing, both feet are flexing, both legs are straight. Guide the right arm to flow upward. Capture what you can, either yogi toe lock or hand resting on the leg somewhere. So this is a wonderful way to allow gravity to lengthen the spine and open the hips. Awesome flow. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can gently guide that leg closer by actually guiding the foot closer to the ceiling. So guide the foot to flow closer to the ceiling, and notice how that opens up the hips. Excellent flow. If you want a little more, just keep pressing that foot away from the body and just allowing gravity to increase the openness in the hips. Awesome flow. From here, we'll take a breath. We'll guide the right knee to flow to bending. See how that feels. Put the leg behind the arm. See how that feels, all right? If you want to go a little deeper, take a breath and guide that foot to flow closer. A wonderful flow. We're taking great care of the body. You can stay here if you want to go a little deeper. See if you'd like to use your left hand to maybe try to capture the opposite leg. See how it feels. It's okay if you feel a little wiggly. Just keep breathing. Remember, be gentle with the body. You should be able to smile. Have softened and relaxed facial muscles as you take best care of the body. Awesome flow. From here, we'll take another full breath. And then if you're using your left hand to hold that leg, release the left hand and guide that arm back onto the mat to support your head. The next breath, if you're using your right hand to capture your toes, release. And we're going to lower the right leg down while we keep the right foot flexing, while we keep the right kneecap squeezing. And we're guiding the navel inward. Ultimately, the legs touch. When the legs touch, the breath guides both knees to bend. Connect with the fetal position. The breath allows you to place your hands right in front of your chest and slowly, gently press the body upright. So we can do the same flow other side. So we're going to release onto the mat. Now we're lying with the right elbow on the mat. We'll use the right hand to support the head. Our hips are stacked, legs are straight. When you're ready, take a breath and guide the top knee to bend. Should be the left knee bending. We're going to touch the knee. The foot closest to the mat is flexing. So we have the foot flexing. The breath will guide the knee to rise, to flow up towards the sky, and the foot is flexing. Guide that left arm to rise. Choose your hand placement, either touching big toe, yogi toe lock, or your hand can rest on your shin somewhere. Most importantly, just breathe into the flow. Connect with your own heart rhythm and see how much air you can guide into your lungs during your breath. Let's all take another full breath. And as we exhale, we're going to release where we're holding the big toe, we're touching the leg, we're keeping the foot in the flex position, keeping the knees squeezing straight, and we're allowing that left leg to lower all the way down as the arm also lowers at the same time. Once the legs touch, we'll guide the left knee to bend. With the left knee bending, allow your hand to touch the bending knee. Keep your foot that's on the mat flexing. The breath will guide the bending knee to flow behind the arm. And then the breath guides the foot to rise up in the flex position. Left arm rises. Choose your hand placement. And breathe so deep you can feel it behind your heart. What a wonderful flow. From here, if you want to go a little deeper in this posture, keep both feet flexing and just guide the foot to flow upward, sort of like towards the ceiling, away from the body, so you're opening the hip. And as you're doing that, you're guiding the leg to just gently lower a little closer to the body without straining, no straining. Always want to be gentle with the body. So breathe deep, and you can stay here. Or if you want to go a little deeper in this posture, you can release your right hand. See how it feels. All right, you should be able to guide the corners of the mouth upward for a nice, gentle smile. Knowing that you're taking really good care of your body right now, promoting healthy hip mobility as you're strengthening your arms and shoulders. From here, let's take a full breath. And on the exhale, if you are holding your right hand on that leg, release that right hand. Guide the right elbow to bend. Use your right hand to support your head. And then, if you're holding your big toe, release it. Breathe. On the exhale breath, keep that left foot flexing, right foot flexing. And yes, we're going to lower the leg all the way down in a controlled flow, keeping the knees straight, keeping the feet flexing. Ultimately, the legs touch. With the legs touching, now we're going to rotate onto the mat. Tummy on the mat. Keep your toenails on the mat. So guide the tops of the feet to the mat or maybe on the floor depending on how tall you are. I'm tall, so my feet are not on the mat anymore. Now the bicep inner arm area is touching your chest wall. So you want the arm touching the body, the palms facing down, and the fingers straight. The heart is lifted, the spine is long, and this is called our Sphinx pose. Awesome flow. From here, we'll take a cleansing breath, and on the exhale, let your chest release towards the mat. Bring your hands on either side of your chest. Elbows are pointing in the same direction as your feet, and encourage your shoulder blades to press the palms into the mat. The head rises, the chest rises, but we're going to keep the navel. Keep your stomach on your mat and just look up at the sky. Look upward, guide your nose to point up, and keep those shoulder blades touching. What a wonderful flow. From here, we'll take a cleansing breath. And on the exhale, we're going to release towards the mat. Chest flows towards the mat. Head begins to lower. And the forehead gently rests on the mat. Next breath fills the lungs. On the exhale, we're going to press the palms into the mat and begin to rise up, straightening the elbows. Bending the knees, connecting with an all fours position. So we're in an all fours position. We have tabletop spine, straight arms. We have our toenails on the mat. Let's flow through a cat-cow sequence. We're gazing at the space between our thumbs. Breathe. Guide your nose to point upward. Now we are in the cow position. When you're ready to exhale, do so. Guide your navel inward. Your head lowers. Tuck your tailbone downward and allow your chin to flow towards your collarbone. Spread those shoulder blades across the back. When you're ready to inhale, do so. Let your belly flow towards your mat. Tailbone rises and the head is flowing upward towards the sky. On the exhale, do the same. Now we're going to just go at our own pace, going as slowly as we can. The slower the better. We want to get a full articulation in our spine. Invite flexibility into the spine. Engage the diaphragm on the breath as we hollow the belly. What a wonderful way to care for the body. Let's do 2 more, and after the second one, we're going to meet up in the neutral spine, flat back position. Awesome flow. All right, so now that we're in the flat back neutral spine position, we're going to take a breath. We are going to cross our ankles, guide the right knee to the right edge of the mat, left knee to the left edge of the mat. Begin to walk your hands outward towards your knees, guide your glutes towards your heels, and use your hands as props to transfer your body to a easy pose. So we're in the cross-legged easy pose position. Now we're going to lift the knees up, uncross. Slide to the top of your mat because we're getting ready to lie down. So position yourself at the top of your mat so you have space to lie down. Once you're there, take a breath. You can use your arms for support. Support the thighs and lift the feet. If that's too intense, you can have your hands on your mat. On your exhale breath, slowly release your spine, 1 vertebrae at a time onto your mat, guiding your navel inward. Your shoulder blades connect with the mat. Base of the skull connects with the mat. If you're holding your legs, go ahead, release, and lower the soles of the feet onto the mat so you can straighten the legs. As you straighten your legs, relax your arms at your side and close your eyes. Have eyes closed. And now we are prepared for our final yoga posture. This is called our Shavasana pose, Shavasana. So we do this posture with eyes closed, making sure the spine is long and straight, facial muscles relaxed and softened. Follow the flow of your breath inward. All right? So draw all of your focus and awareness to your breath. All right? Notice the fullness of the breath. Connect with your vibration that the breath has. Notice how deep the breath is as the chest rises and lowers. Notice the heart rhythm. Notice how the breath impacts the heart rhythm. On your inhale, connect with tranquility. Connect with focus. On your exhale, allow your body to soften and relax. As we hold on to this feeling of peacefulness and calm, the breath remains full. The breath remains a constant flow. And we'll focus on the toes, and we're going to allow the toes to wiggle back and forth. Guide the toes to bend and straighten. Allow the feet to move from side to side. Engage your ankles. Next breath, calf muscles squeeze and release. We're going to guide the kneecaps to squeeze and release. Allow the fingers to bend and straighten. Guide your hands to circle and engage your wrist. Relax your hands and squeeze your glute muscles. Squeeze the glute muscles. Allow them to relax, and just go ahead and squeeze and release those glutes and breathe deep, and then guide them to be relaxed, and we'll focus on shoulders. On the inhale, we're going to lift our shoulders up towards the sky. On the exhale breath, release the shoulder blades back to the mat, relaxing your arms at your side. Focusing on facial muscles, allow the lips to move from the left to the right. Circle your lips around your teeth. Wiggle the nose. Try to move those ears and blink your eyes open. The breath guides the knees to flow to bending. Breathe. Bend your knees. Place the soles of the feet on the mat. Take a deep breath. On the exhale, knees flow towards the front of the room. We're going to turn our body to the side. The elbow closest to the mat bends, and we create a pillow for our head as we flow to a fetal position on our side. From here, we'll take a deep breath. Guide your hands to flow in front of your chest. Once there, take another breath and slowly, gently press the body upright. Don't rush. Go slow. Take your time. Lift your body up to any comfortable seated position. Relax your arms on your legs and lift your heart up. Gaze downward and reflect on how you're feeling at this present moment in time. Next breath allows the arms to extend outward and flow upward. Lift your heart up. Receive length in the spine. Guide your fingertips to touch. Release the elbows to bend on your exhale. Let your breath be fluid. Together, we'll meet up at heart center. Relaxing shoulders and noticing how we're feeling at this moment in time. So we can take a deep breath. And as we exhale, that's when we fold forward and release. Let's remember to be kind to ourselves, to be kind to others, and to be gentle to our bodies. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. On the inhale breath, we rise up slowly, lifting the heart and relaxing our hands at our side. Awesome flow. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Candace with Gentle Yoga for Everyone. If you enjoyed this class, please, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like the class, and feel free to share it with a friend. I'll be posting more videos soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye.